Well, a nationwide town hall is kicking off tomorrow morning, and the AFL-CIO wants to be heard. The union today urging its members to speak out, saying it doesn't want its views drowned out by what it calls deficit hysterics. Ron Blackwell, chief economist of the AFL-CIO, joins me right now. There's a lot of normal folks, Ron, who are kind of worried about these deficits. You know, they're not all hysterics.
Oh, absolutely. No one's saying they're hysterical. They're very concerned about the deficit. They're also concerned about their jobs. In fact, our polling shows that they're much more concerned about their jobs than they are concerned about the deficits.
So when you have releases talking about deficit hysteria, hysterics and all that, and keep framing it in those terms, what's to stop me or anyone else from saying, well, it's you guys who are out of touch, because real Americans are very worried about this spending binge.
Listen, Neil, workers should be concerned about our deficits, and workers should be concerned about their jobs. But what you need to understand is today's problem is their jobs. We do not have a short-run budget deficit problem or a debt problem. Our debt problem is an intermediate and long-term problem. Today,
so Ron, when we spend over $1 trillion, Ron, when we spend over $1 trillion,
taxes, and it makes it more difficult to back.
But Ron, we spent over $1 trillion doing what you wanted to do to get those jobs together, and we've not seen any improvement for it.
The deficit you're looking at right now, 40% of it was caused by Bush's tax cuts, and 40% of it was caused by the reduction.
I want to talk about what President
Obama
has
unemployed. They're not earning money. They're not paying taxes.
We spent $1 trillion in stimulus to get those jobs back under this president. Let's leave the evil Bush out of it for a second.
That's about 4% of our deficit.
So I'm just telling you, we spent a lot of money to little avail. So why would spending more money do the trick? No. The ILO is reporting to the G20 tomorrow that at the end of this year, this recession will have destroyed 36 million jobs globally. They also estimate if there had not been these efforts by governments, they would have destroyed 55 million. So what is the answer? Are you saying then the answer is spend more money? Let me complete my thought. That raises the total number of people unemployed in the world to 212 million people. That's the highest number in the history of the planet. So what makes you think spending more money is going to get more of those jobs back? When we already see in this country and all the other countries that have spent similar sums not seeing any bang for the buck. That is not true. I just said the ILO has estimated that we would have lost 55 million globally. Don't do this created or saved nonsense. I mean, how many net jobs are we up? How many net jobs are we up? No. We're not up. You got it all wrong. Well, no, that's my point to you. I mean, are we on different planets here? If the $1 trillion we've spent has not added jobs, and minus census workers, which seems to be about the best gig going, you're not creating the jobs with all this money you want us to spend, then why should we keep digging? What's wrong with saying, let's put the shovel down? That's not working. Look, we just had the most serious economic crisis since the Great Depression. We had a massive collapse of asset
Ron, I understand that, so why keep spending?
Why keep spending?
Why don't you let me finish my thought?
Because you never answer it. You never answer a basic question.
I'm answering it right now.
Answer. Why will spending more work?
These programs did create jobs, but not net creation. We lost more jobs because of the recession than were created by these programs. Net and gross. Is that a complex idea?
Ron, wait a minute, Ron. You're the chief economist there.
Absolutely.
Where did you get your degree? I mean, at a baking school? Where are you cooking up these numbers?
Oh, that's an insult.
The fact of the matter is we spent $1 trillion and we've not seen results from that money. And now you're saying, well, it could have been worse had we not.
I just told you we have seen results.
So your answer to just answering a simple question is to curse at me, or to frame it differently, or to obfuscate the facts, or to ignore the facts with $1 trillion spent, and we haven't seen any net new jobs, and your answer is, well, we have to spend more?
We lost more jobs because of the recession than we created by these programs. Gross and net. It's not a complex idea. You should have learned that in high school, Neil.
Here's what I learned in high school. Money in, money out. We've got a lot more money going out with little resolve, with little to show for it. And now you're telling people who are concerned that this has gotten really bad, that they're hysterics. You know what? They listen to you with your cursing and everything else, and they say, you know what? He's the hysteric. He's the nut.
Let them make their decision. I think they're concerned about their jobs. What is your answer for their jobs?
I think they're concerned about their money, and they're concerned about your answer to it.
Neil?
That's hysterical.
How are you going to put these people to work?
Oh, for God's sake. All right, we're done here. When we come back...